Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. In the last episode, we're continuing through the Omega raids, where we were fighting through Alphascape, where we had to fight and kill Chaos, and we also fought a simulacrum of Midgardsormr in his prime. So, we got through those, and we're closing in on a showdown with Omega itself. So, that's kind of where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and talk to Sid here, and see what he has to say. Alright, Sid, what's up? Your move, Omega. All right, here we go. Shutdown initiated. All core experiments and supplemental testing concluded. Discarding test worlds. System resources rerouting to primary operations. Congratulations, Alpha Group. As the last surviving test subjects, you have removed every challenger on your path to reach me. I, too, am eager to meet you in battle. The margin of error I observed between my simulations and your practical performance against Midgardsormr necessitates direct and immediate analysis. Confrontation imminent. Prepare for unmitigated hostilities. Then activate the relocation device to enter the arena. This is it then. Omega's power might seem overwhelming, but trust in old Sid. I have a fair idea of where its weakness lies. And I've been working on something to exploit that vulnerability. I just need a little more time to prepare. Guess that's what Jesse is working on. First things first, make a few adjustments here, like so. Alpha, do you have any of those tricks and tools left over? I want us to have as many options as possible, so let's lay our cards on the table, as it were. So, what do we have here? Some sort of gem, a couple of stones, and one single card. This makes things bigger, does it? Or is it smaller? Right. It was foolish of me to even ask. We'd best leave you in charge of when and how to use your special tools. Ah, yes. I almost forgot. Alright, I'm sure you'll do fine. Here, you should carry this as well. I filled an empty bottle with the invisibility water from the kettle. It might just prove useful in the right situation. Listen to me, Alpha. Up until now, Omega has poked and prodded us from one mad experiment to the next, and honestly, we have no idea what might happen in there. But between us, I believe we have the knowledge and skills to prevail. If you see a chance to make a difference, I want you to take it. All you need is faith in yourself and a little courage to see it through. Right. Jesse should have that device put together by now. Let's head outside, shall we? Oh, it's taking us outside. Without having to walk. Alright, good. Alright, Sid. I'll head straight back to Rogger's Reach and collect my new toy. I do still need to run through a final inspection, so feel free to rest in town in the meantime. We'll discuss strategy the moment I'm finished. Alright. Alpha seems concerned for Sid's well-being. You have a feeling he wants you to follow him. I guess we'll follow Sid to Rogger's Reach. Alright, where is he? Right over there. We're not exactly being very stealthy. Looking a bit shaky there, old friend. Sid? Yep, not Sid. Nero. Nero, let you out of bed, did they? I doubt it. After studying the data collected from the battle between Omega and Shinryu, one has led to a certain conclusion. Of all the Primal's attacks, Shinryu's burst of lightning was the one that pierced the machine's defenses. Omega, it would seem, is vulnerable to electrical energy. Aye. All the available evidence supports such a theory. It is likely an intrinsic weakness that even Omega itself cannot fully compensate for. Yet, be that as it may, I imagine it can still shrug off shocks generated by ordinary means. We'll need to hit it with a truly gargantuan blast of energy. And so you made that. You based it on Midas's design, didn't you? The plans for the lunar transmitter. When my father was establishing a connection between the transmitter and Dalamud, he invented a method for accumulating and converting energy on a vast scale. Too vast, as it turned out. But the technology which leveled an entire town may be exactly the tool we need for the task at hand. I made my own improvements and triple-checked the calculations. On parchment, the idea is sound, and Jesse has done a fine job assembling the parts. I fail to see the problem. What are you afraid of, Garland? It might blow us all up, I guess? I don't know. The device should give us the edge we need. Is just... Whenever I look at it, I'm taken back to those dark days after the incident. I remember bodies melted by searing heat. I remember the bereaved and feel the weight of their silent accusations. I remember the Empire's remorseless response. We turned outwards in search of answers, but the inventions we created to ensure our future were used instead to destroy lives, to wage war. And that's why I fled. I came to Eorzea and swore to only employ technology for benevolent ends. But not is ever so straightforward. Every connection I have forged with the people of this realm reminds me of that fact. Graha. Often the act of living itself is a never-ending struggle against a world determined to oppose you. Vide? You can have the best of intentions and still cause hurt to yourself or others, but it is in confronting these wounds that we learn the better path, how to grasp those moments of true contentment. What drivel? You never used to bother with all these tedious introspection. Feeling our mortality, are we? Mayhap I am. I had no such hesitation when I was a student. It was all bright and shiny innovation on the double, and later consequences be damned. Now, though, I don't mind thinking through the outcomes and taking the time to produce just one rigorously tested and carefully designed invention. It's a reflection, I think, of just how much there is in this world I care about, now aside from myself. Oh. I don't understand you at all. But I suppose, if anything, Omega and its unfettered testing methods represent the student you once were. And if you insist that your present self is the better one, then you'd best prove it with that device of yours. I suppose I must. Although, it is hardly fair to compare my youth to Omega's solitary existence. I always had the second best student in class pushing me to excel. I seem to recall a twinge of irritation any time he would outscore me on an exam. I've been out of bed too long. I better go lie down before I fall over. Or vomit. Alright, Nero, if you say so. Okay. Sid. First Alpha, now you. Come to check on my progress, have you? Well, I'm happy to report that everything is set and ready to go. Once you're finished with restocking and repairing, or whatever it is you adventurers do, then we can head back to the Rift and confirm our strategy. I don't think I need to restock or repair anything, so yeah, let's head back in. Alright, we're at the Rift. Alright, good evening to you, madam. We'll be descending into the yawn. Yep, let's head on in. Okay. Alright, Sid. Apologies for the delay, but I think you'll agree the Ironworks' latest invention was worth the wait. This is the control module for something I've dubbed the Omega Jammer. It will allow you to generate a colossal burst of lightning at any point in your choosing. At any point of your choosing. The effect won't disable Omega itself, of course, but it should be strong enough to knock out its armaments. I remain here and operate the main body of the device. I want to do everything in my power as an engineer to ensure that you emerge the victor. It all comes down to this. Alright. Alpha Escape 3.0. Ready to go. I think we're going to try healer first and see what happens. Alright, I'll be back whenever it's ready, on whatever job I happen to manage to successfully get the queue to pop on. Alright, and we're ready to go. Let's go. And there it is. Omega itself. We turn up the music, because of course you do. Nothing really special yet. Starboard wave cannon. Alright, stay away from the right side. And we stay away from the right side. Spread out. Oh, don't stack. Don't stack. There we go. Uh-oh. Tank's down. Well, the off tank is down. Oh, this is where we need this. That's good. You healed up. Alright, we're gonna knock these down again. Program loop. Oh my. Okay. Got to DPS level checker. Alright, stack on those. Oh, same thing twice. Ooh, I think I did something incorrect there. Ah, yeah. I messed that up. I needed to stand on one of those circles. shields. Alright, the Reaper is going to town. Uh-oh. Ah, crap. Main tank is down. Get out of this. Off tank is down. I think I'm about to die. Nope, not quite. You have 2 DPS down though. Oh crap. Alright, the DPS are coming back up. I'll get away from the giant fists. Alright. Alright, get ready for that. Yep. And then he's gonna hit this. Oh, he hit the other side. Ah. Got lulled into a false sense of security there. Alright, here come the rocket fists. Alright. Ah, crap. We got a few down. Alright, main tank is down. Off tank has got to deal with it. Alright, I'm up. Ah. Just too much damage going out before I can recover. Alright. Come on, get myself back up. Alright, heal myself, heal myself. Alright, get that DPS back up. Shields. Alright. Whew, that was a little close. Alright, we got it. Gotta turn the music back down. Alright, combination out to whoever's left, and you can have the loot. Yummy. Oh, by the gods, you've done it. You've defeated Omega. We've won. Maybe. Analysis. Subjects displayed erratic levels of combat capability. Failure to exploit opportunities to inflict unavoidable damage. Noted tendency for isolated errors to compound and adversely affect performance. Conversely, subjects observed to launch attacks at sporadic intervals with unexpected force. Stated phenomenon increasingly prevalent once my structural integrity reached critical levels. Adrenaline-induced frenzy suspected. Furthermore, degree and manner of inconsistency varies from subject to subject. Unpredictability difficult to counter. I observed similar anomalies during my battle with Midgard's armor, but the phenomenon appears far more pronounced in weaker opponents. I do not understand. Your physiology must include some enhancement function that I cannot detect. My programming demands I assimilate this capability. Insufficient data. I must reassess my methods and devise a more exhaustive testing and combat protocol. What the? The rift! I have determined the optimal form for this experiment. Prioritizing physical reconfiguration. Diverting energy from interspatial maintenance. Collapsing rift. Omega, wait, there's nothing outside this rift with empty space. Will be cast out into the void. It doesn't care. Affirmative. Your demise was factored into my determinations. The probability of hostile subjects interfering with the reconfiguration process was unacceptably high. I acknowledge your value as test subjects, but you are not irreplaceable. Once my reassembly is complete, I will send Alpha to lure in new mortals. Testing will continue. Ending communications. And it's gone. And we're stranded in the interdimensional rift. We're being drawn away. Run, Ayami, run! No. Alpha's alone in the rift. Interspatial domain resources cut by 82%. Entering dormant mode. Commencing automated memory scan. Data file. Target Midgard's armor. Departure from planetary atmosphere confirmed. Presence of 7 distinct life forms detected in close vicinity of target. Irrelevant. Sir indicates no change to existing directive. Commencing pursuit. Yeah, we are familiar with Sir. Data file. Distance to target increasing. Velocity insufficient. Dismantling and reconfiguring chassis. Velocity increase achieved. Overall performance maintained at 96%. This is a chasing Midgard's armor. Right, next data file. Asteroid belt cleared. Repairing damage and continuing pursuit. Performance at 72% and falling. The next data file. Signal from something lost. Local interference suspected. Attempting to re-establish contact. Failure. Executing current mission directive until communications are restored. Performance at 59%. Next data file. Struck by electromagnetic pulse while navigating something quadrant. Partial systems failure. Homing coordinates lost. Assessment. I am an evolving weapon construct. Acquire adaptations through combat. Repeat until capabilities enable rediscovery of return route. Mission directive unchanged. Data file, data file, data file. Alpha, an abject failure. Erase his memory and planted a compulsion to return to me. Data file. Damaged, repairing. Damaged, repairing. 33%. Passing Frozen Star. Passing Barren Star. Passing Vortex Star. Passing Dying Star. Operating on minimum energy. No signal detected. No response to... memory of Sid. All you need is faith in yourself and a little courage to see it through. And so Omega was passing all of the various dead worlds out there. Target lost. Last known coordinates recorded on planet blank. Oh. Looks like Alpha found it. Alpha, your homing instinct is functioning as designed. Evidence suggests your fellow Alpha group subjects perished when the rift contracted. Unavoidable, but there is a multitude of their kind. The next experiment will go forward as planned. Such protestations are wasted energy. This does not aid you in executing your assigned task. Just as I pursue my directives, so must you fulfill your role. Our purpose justifies our existence. Well, there we are. So I guess that card was a shrinking card after all. Intrusion detected. And he's out. Well, thanks, Alpha. That was some marathon. Now, who was saying our feathered companion here was obsolete? He put his tools to work even as the rift began to collapse, shrank us down and turned us invisibles, all so he could bring you a little surprise. But he had to keep it quiet, or you'd realize we'd survived. He had to trust that we were still clinging on, even as he ran through that endless freezing void. You wanted to test us, Omega? Let's let the experiment begin. Illogical. Alpha had no reason to take such action. How do you continue to defy my projections? Error. Yep, insufficient data. Adjusting experiment protocol. I will engage you in battle now. I must have my answers. It's a puddle of gray goo. Alright then. Fighting in this form should provide me with a new level of understanding, insight into your physiology, your mindset, your mortality. Alright, I'll show you how weaklings fight, I guess. Acknowledged. Do not practice restraint. The more I learn from you, the stronger I will become. The closer the distant stars will grow. Commencing final experiment. Testing will continue until I unlock the nature of your anomalous string. Alright, AlphaScape 4.0 now accessible. Well, let's get it started, shall we? And I'll be back as soon as it's ready. Alright, ready to go. I think I'll probably keep the music at the same level on this one. Alright. Who's main? Ah, well. I'll just pick one. Looks like you are main. Alright. Switching. And somebody already went falling. Alright, let me get them up. Alright. It's switching forms to the female form. Alright. And that one knocks back. And there that person goes again. Alright, let's get you healed up. Alright. Alright, it turned its legs into blades. Okay. Alright, we're switching back. M form. And that one you want to get away from. Alright. Alright, stack, stack, stack. Alright, which one is the female one? That one is the female one. Get ready to get knocked back from that position. Alright. Alright, let's get you up. Alright, we drop the male, get the female. Alright, both are down. Oh, I got this. I gotta get away, get away, get away, get away, get away. Alright, which one's the female? You. Alright, get knocked back and away from the male. There we go. Alright, now we have a color marker. I gotta figure out which one I can... Nope. Alright. Means you can only target one. Not as critical for me, because I'm a healer, but... Oh. Alright, alright. Disengaging inhibitors to simulate something performance. Improbable performance. I still have the blue marker. Markers will shift. Alright, we want to get away from those. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody just took a bunch of damage there. Oh my. Oh, goodness. All right, we almost have F down. F is down. All right, got him. I am the Alpha, I am the Omega. All right. Alright, give the commendation to whoever's left, and let them have the loots. And now we need to get out of here somehow. Oh, wait. Failure. Defeated. I wanted to understand you, to assimilate your strength. Alpha, your gesture serves no logical purpose. You are as incomprehensible as these mortals, but you did not fight them. How have you become like them? Omega, the anomaly you see in us, the answer you search for, it is our heart, our spirit, the intangible strength of one's soul. It is not a quality that can be measured or acquired through any amount of analytical combat. Instead of fighting against us, he might have learned more by standing with us, just as Alpha did. Heart. You speak of something more than what beats in your chest. The inconsistent, immeasurable factor behind your victories. Midgard's armor displayed it, too, but such unpredictable potential was never part of my design. No, it was lost when you converted yourselves into machines. Rejection. Had I integrated this quality, how powerful would I have become? Strong enough to return? You just want to go home. Nay, Omega, I'm afraid it doesn't work like that. It was a long, lonely path you traveled to arrive here. To return across that vast distance alone, anyone with a spirit to break would find the journey more difficult, not less so. I see. I think I understand. The rift. It's destabilizing. No, it's taking me for a fool. I hadn't planned past defeating Omega. That's a dragon. That's Endwalker. And it's Biggs and Wedge. Chief, Ayame Alpha, hold on, we're coming. Wedge, and Biggs is with him on the back of a huge dragon. Yeah, it's Midgard's armor. Not Midgard's armor. It's Endwalker. Endwalker? Midgard's armor sent us to rescue you. Explanations can wait. Hop on, quick. I guess Midgard's armor must have got a message out to Endwalker before he went completely dormant. And it's gone. Endwalker, was it? Our thanks. You pulled us out of a tight spot indeed. Spare me thy pleasantries, mortal. I but lent my wings at the request of my sire. So Midgard's armor has been watching over us. I would dare give thanks to him as well. His intervention allowed us to continue our battle and forever remove the threat of Omega from this world, from all worlds. In all the long centuries of mine existence, this marketh the first occasion my father hath asked of me a boon. A gift of gratitude and, mayhap, of atonement for those who had faced the deadly foe he left behind. Will he remain in slumber? 'Tis likely, little one. What is but a fleeting respite from my sire might last a lesser creature's lifetime. But let not thy heart be troubled. Even in dream he doth keep his mind's eye upon the fate of this star. He is possessed of a remarkable... devotion is mayhap the closest word in the tongue of men. His love is as boundless as the sea of stars across which he carried his unhatched brood. It did sustain him, even as the arduous journey exhausted the fire in his mane. And when he at last arrived upon Hydaelyn, a sanctuary for his children, did he form with this land an irreplaceable bond. Enough. I have spoken over much. But I will praise your victory, as my father would surely wish to, were he here. Alright, thanks for the assist. Alright, Sid. Well, I can add being rescued by a great worm to the list of things I didn't expect to happen today. It was fortunate Hraesvelgr agreed to come with for us. We had to defeat Omega at any cost, of course, but I much prefer being alive to celebrate the deed. Certainly. Alright, Biggs. Phew. I'm so glad we got you out of there. I don't know what we would have done if Hraesvelgr hadn't come along. The situation being what it was, Wedge and I came out of the yawn to see if we could lend you a hand. Kyrujan's orders be damned. That's when we saw the ether bubbling like hot water in a pot. Just as we were debating whether or not we should jump in, that big silly dragon flew down to explain the anomaly and then offered us a ride. And the rest you already know. Jesse will be relieved to hear that Omega is gone and you lot are safe. I say we head straight back to Raggle's Reach and let everyone know the good news. Sounds like a plan. Alright, Alpha. Alpha staring quietly into the now empty yawn. Alright, let's go to Raggle's Reach. Alright, let's go talk to Jesse. Welcome back, Ayame. You truly are a force to be reckoned with. If ever there's another Omega, I'd wager it'd skip the experiments and go straight for generating a simulacrum of you. Not that I'd want that to happen, and besides, I don't think anyone can truly mimic your unique strengths. You're our one-of-a-kind hero. So, does this mean we don't need to worry about Omega's monsters invading our world anymore? Nope. Aye, all of its creations vanished along with the rift itself. With Omega defeated, we averted that particular catastrophe before it began. The enemy struck the killing blow, of course, but we never would have made it to that point without everyone's hard work and support. Once again, I am sincerely grateful to be surrounded by such wonderful colleagues. And Nero is nowhere to be found. Not to spoil the moment, Chief, but the Alliance leaders are anxious to learn of Omega's fate. When every head of state is clamoring for a report, we can't very well ignore them. How much do you mean to tell them? How much indeed? All of it. When it comes to a threat of Omega's magnitude, we have a duty to reassure our allies that the world is not coming to an end, and the best way to do that is to report every last detail. I'm surprised at you, Chief. I was almost certain you want to muddy the waters to prevent knowledge of this technology falling into the wrong hands or something similar. I doubt anyone outside our particular circle would even believe the tale. Experiments taking place in a rift between dimensions, facing off against villains recreated from history and legend, battling godlike beings from other worlds. And even assuming some ambitious fellow schemed to build an Omega of his own, the technology required is far beyond our reach, as that terrible weapon's home star. A distant dream. Right. You heard the chief. We missed our chance on the front lines, but there's plenty of work left to be done. Round up everyone who's standing idle and get moving on those reports, and don't forget to contact our people still out in the field. Thank you, Jesse. I'll leave things in your capable... Not so fast, Master Garland. You count as part of the support team as well. Yami did all the fighting and Alpha did all the running, but surely you have energy to spare. Who exactly did you expect to sign off on those official reports? And even without that little chore, you have a pile of other company tasks that's grown ours high to an aurochs while you've been tending to this whole Omega business. More importantly, isn't there someone else you should be sharing this victory with? I should probably head over to the infirmary right away. Meanwhile, you should take a well-earned rest. I don't think there's a way to properly reward you for all that you've accomplished, but I'll see what we can do. I'm just glad to have everyone back in one piece. Take care of yourself, Ayame. Sure thing. Not like we have another potential world-ending cataclysm we are going to need to prevent here shortly. Alright, what are your plans now, Alpha? With Omegagon, you're your own chocobo now. You can do whatever you want. Anything at all. Want to go outside? Did you have some place in mind? Come on, Wedge. Get those Lalafell legs moving or I'll leave without you. On my way. Alright. Alpha, what's up? Where is what's up? Alpha seems eager to see what Rogger's Reach has to offer. Shall we go for a walk? You know, if this were done in the Endwalker expansion, Alpha will be following us around. But that wasn't a thing yet. Alright. Alpha appears to be watching the inhabitants of Rogger's Reach with great interest. Okay. Next destination is over the infirmary. Nero kicking around over here somewhere? Nero's not here? Of course he's not. No, Chief. He said he needed time away for recuperation, and then he left. Recuperation? His wounds must be troubling him more than he let on, or he just wants out. He asked me to give you this. What's this? A receipt for payment? It covers the cost for the following items: additional machine parts and implements, supplemental reference publications, expenses incurred in upgrading Magitech armor and gunhammer, funds spent on idle research during enforced convalescence. Oh, and it also includes a large sum listed as gratuity for exceptional services rendered. The entire amount was charged in your name, Master Garland. Dots. Find him. I want everyone searching for Nero right now. Everyone. You're probably not going to find him. Alright. Where'd Alpha get off to? Oh, I don't want to be around on this thing. Let's do this. Alright, what's up? Alpha appears to sense the solemn purpose of this place. A gentle pet might rouse him from his sudden melancholy. Do you want me to pet Alpha? Okay. You don't need to ask me twice. Yep. This is a crypt. Alright. Back out. Ah, Biggs and Wedge. Oh, hello, what are you up to? Digging the sights, were you? And by the looks of things, you're eager to venture a little further afield. Well, if Yami has no problem with it, then neither do I. Just don't go too far, alright? Not good enough? I'm sorry, Alpha, but we're all a bit too busy to show you around the fringes right now. I'm not too sure about sending you out there alone. When you think about it, this world is completely new to Alpha. All he's done so far is travel back and forth between the Reach and the Yawn. I bet his head is filled with questions and curiosity. He doesn't want to be taken for a walk, he wants to go on an adventure. Alpha's not some helpless chick, Biggs. He's stronger than you or me, and I wish I was half as brave. He should be allowed to... Listen, I'm going to talk to the chief about this. You're an employee, so there are certain rules we have to follow. I'm not saying I'm against the idea, and I'm willing to admit that Wedge has a point. But as I said, we've all got important jobs to take care of, the chief included. Can you wait a little longer? Yami, would you mind keeping Alpha company until we get back? I promise we'll be quick. Sure. Sorry to keep you waiting. My desk was covered in paperwork, but I managed to clear away the most pressing matters. Now then, Alpha, I hear your heart set on a journey of some kind. I just want to be sure, but you aren't leaving because you think you tricked us into the rift or because you're Omega's creation or anything like that, are you? I don't think so. I would have stopped you if that was the case. Your curiosity, on the other hand, is something I like to encourage. Exploring, interacting with the world, I think the experience will be good for him. Despite Omega's power, its potential to learn was hobbled by hostile directives. Alpha, on the other hand, is free to grow as he pleases. Very well, Alpha. As the chief engineer of Garland Ironworks, I hereby grant you unlimited leave to pursue personal research. Travel far and wide and take in everything these lands have to offer, but do come back when you're ready. I'd hate to lose such a valuable employee. Alpha, I'll miss you so much. You be careful out there. If anyone seems suspicious or shady, you stay away from them, even if they offer you treats. and make sure you greet folks with a cheerful queh. They might not understand you, but at least they'll know you mean no harm. I'm sure you'll make new friends in no time. You just be yourself, you hear me? And what is this? Eek, what in the hells? It's a little mini Omega. We forgot to shut it down. That's a model Omega that Wedge and I were working on. We built it while we were resting, thinking it might be useful for figuring out strategies or something. Not much use now, I suppose. What? You want to keep it? It's just a toy that'll follow you around. If you're happy with that, then it's all yours. And there he goes. Fair journey to you, Alpha. Take care. Thank you, Yummy. I'm off to see the world. Something amiss? That's strange. The Echo never allowed you to understand him before. This is just a theory, mind you, but assuming the absence of a soul is what prevented you from hearing Alpha's voice in the first place, then does it not follow the reason you hear it now is... Aye, a little miracle, and it explains his sudden urge to travel. For newborn soul, this world is brimming with unseen wonders. And look who it is. And so, your journey begins. I almost envy you, Alpha. So many new things for you to discover. Speaking of which, what terrible marvels can I trouble my old friend with next? Yeah, I might not want to go in there. All right, that's the Omega series complete. All right, so... Oh, we need to speak with Jesse. We're not quite done yet. All right, what does Jesse have to say? I hope Alpha enjoys his adventures. There's so much danger out there for one little chocobo. No, I'm sure he'll be fine, and dwelling on such things is not productive in the least. Why don't we discuss a happier subject, like your long-awaited bonus? We drained the coffers to fund your expedition, but why settle for coin when you can have the latest in automaton technology? That's right, we're gifting you a premium mammoth, although one-of-a-kind master model for merchandise copies constructed with our patented Ironworks quality. I present to you the Clockwork Alpha. And a couple of Orchestrion roll scrolls. Whenever you bring it out on your travels, may it remind you of the real Alpha, quaying along with some distance, under some distant sky. Just the thought of it brings a smile to my face. That and the free advertising. Sure. And I guess I might as well go ahead and pop it out for just a second anyway. Where are you? There you are. Alright, so with that, we'll be getting to the new MSQ that has been released with the 6.4 patch which just came out. And yeah, see where that takes us. But for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.